Well, hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Jared, and I host a daily live podcast where we discuss news and politics. I'm a socialist, and hey, that just means I want everyone to have universal health care, education, income, and housing, and that I believe in equality for all, and that includes the application of law, or the rule of law anyway. And also, I want everyone to have the opportunity to own their own business. Um, I keep getting emails from the Democratic Party asking me to make a donation. Meanwhile, I keep reading articles that are not recaps of stump speeches that Democrats are giving exhaustively every day combating Elon Musk's presidency. And instead, I read articles where the leader of the Democratic Party is directing phone calls away from his office and telling people to call the people across the hall, across the aisle. And this isn't the first video that I've made saying, how dare you? But now that I realize, like, y'all are still fundraising. You expect people to give you money and vote for you. And when they contact you because they're afraid that they're going to die, you tell them we're the minority party. It's not our problem. You know, the late, great George Carlin said the Democrats and Republicans, it's one big club and you ain't part of it. And, you know, if I was a registered Democrat, do you know how shitty I would feel continuing to give money to the Democratic Party for them to say, stop calling us? Like I said, I think that politics is about people. And as the founder of the American Socialist Party, I feel as though it's my duty to be consistent. So that's why you see me post long form content every morning, telling you about how I feel, talking about things that have actually happened. I also host a daily live podcast where for 90 minutes, I interact with a live chat where they can ask me questions, relay their fears and concerns, talk about the next plan, the next move as we combat Elon Musk's illegitimate presidency. I've tried to tell people this whole time that my concern is over mass death. And when I'm talking about that, I'm not talking about something that affects me directly. But I'm talking about Project 2025's one of their major goals is to eliminate social safety nets. Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, SNAP. In fact, House Republicans just put out a budget proposal yesterday to eliminate $880 billion from Medicaid whilst simultaneously increasing the debt ceiling by $4 trillion. So why do you need more money when you're eliminating $1 trillion program? That doesn't track, right? That doesn't make sense. But more importantly, as someone who actually worked in Medicare healthcare for years, it was already not good enough. People's Social Security plus Medicaid, it's not good enough to pay your rent, keep the lights on. I just happen to think the government should be giving us all money. $500 every Friday. It's called universal income. They've already done it in Colorado. They gave 500 families $500 every Friday for 2 years. And do you know what the major data point that came out of that was? Of those 500 families, 42%, so basically half, produced a college degree, bought a house, got married, and had children. Literally, the American dream was made possible just by universal income. It just so happens that the classic economic theory of socialism is that tax, rent, and interest are derivative of your labor, meaning they cost you your labor. And the classic socialist theory recommends severely limiting rent, eliminating interest, and justifiably using taxes at all costs to pay for services for the working American. And I just want to point out that on the same day that House Republicans submitted a budget eliminating $880 billion from Medicaid, Elon Musk and Tesla signed a $400 million contract to provide armor cyber trucks. For who? The motorcade? The fuck out of here. So I just want to make this video well ahead of time, before anyone's missing money or benefits or healthcare don't work. But I'm letting you know, and I've been saying it this whole time, that Part B don't get paid, ma'am, and your healthcare don't work. So don't call United Healthcare, don't call Blue Cross Blue Shield when your Medicare Part B don't get paid, because your benefits get popped. And keep in mind, the majority of people 65 and over voted for this. So they had some plan. What were they going to do? Eat each other? The hard reality is Medicaid supports nursing homes, and I grew up in a fucking nursing home. My mom worked in a nursing home, and I grew up in the library next door in Mooresville, Indiana. And as someone that grew up in a library next door to a nursing home, who had many friends when I was a child that were over 65 and have even worked in that industry for years, helping people over 65 with Medicare and Medicaid. As someone who does the math all day, every day, all I do is work with people's finances. The math matters to me. In this case, though, a lot of Americans that worked their whole lives, that penny pinched their whole lives, that fought wars for this country, that served this country in their communities, that are now retired, are going to lose it all. And you can't say you weren't warned. I get it. Grandma's not on TikTok or YouTube. That's not my problem. I can only make the content, right? I can only put this out into the ether and push this out and say socialism is a lot better than this shitty two-party system that we're in, where one party in the United States, Republican Party, is very clearly trying to kill as many Americans as possible and destroy our democracy. And the Democrats will put their hands in there, put one hand out, give me money, and put the other hand over their mouth or over their ear, right? Or over their eye. So can't see here, or, I can't see here, speak on evil, but give me money and maybe I can. And I just think it's a broken system. I think that here's the one thing I've learned. All those super rich people don't understand how valuable poor people are to them. And sure, they may think that they've got a big enough circle that life could go on without poor people. And I just want to tell you, as a poor person, just like you, they ain't no billionaires watching my content. As a poor person, just like you. Hey, at first they didn't come for me because I didn't have Medicare. And then they came for the people with Medicaid, and I didn't say anything because I didn't have Medicaid. And they came for the people with Social Security, and I didn't say anything because I grew up anticipating I would never get Social Security. And then they came for the socialist last, because I knew that this was going to happen. I worked on building community, learning what is going to be valuable, grow a garden, put solar panels on your roof, get a generator, so that when the grid goes down and it's a terrorist attack that Elon Musk commits on the American people, whenever this is his way of throwing a tantrum. Whenever you notice all these aircraft going down, blame Elon Musk, President Musk. It's his fault that all these airplanes have crashed, and all these airplane crashes are due to them hacking stuff, just like they hacked the election, just like they hacked into the air traffic control mainframe and messed up the telemetry on all these like not aircraft, but ATCS, these air traffic control systems. They hacked them and they fucked up telemetry data. So aircraft are thinking they're higher off the ground than they are. And Elon's doing this, having his little hacker boys do this shit to cover up his SpaceX shuttle crash that happened a few weeks ago. If y'all remember, it was real pretty, right? And everybody's like, ooh, ah, yeah, that was our democracy. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I will be live per usual every day, 7:45 a.m. to about 9:15 a.m. Eastern, discussing news and politics. Keep your head up. Big protest on Monday. I'm gonna be downtown early morning Indy. I'm probably gonna go this weekend too, just to get down there when there's shit going on in scope, and then get down there on Monday and see what's changed so I can advise. Because I just don't want. Here's what I don't want. I don't want people to have to park in bumfuck Egypt and not get to the protest. I don't want people to anticipate that a road or street's going to be open and it's not. And I can understand that the closer you get to protest time, the more the fucking cops will squeeze you. But here's what I hope everyone understands. Okay? When you fuck with the United States, you fuck with all of us, and this affects all of us. And Donald Trump, when he first got into office, one of the first things he did was turn his back on unions. And you could argue unions are what got Donald Trump in office. And he's going to dismantle these unions. So as this happens in broad daylight, you cannot say that no one was talking about it. Okay? I've been talking about it. I see other people talking about this, warning people. Elon Musk is a terrible president. He's doing horrible things. He's taking money for himself and taking money away from people that don't have anything. I'm worried. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about people that don't look like me. Have a good rest of your day.